Claim your digital space today. Mira stood by the window, watching the rain blur the city lights. Beside her, Charles opened a heavy leather notebook, but instead of paper, it held a soft, glowing interface. Your digital footprint, Charles whispered, is not a path you walk once. It is a shadow that grows as you move through the light of the internet. He explained that every click, like, and share creates a portrait of her that she didn't realize was being painted. To own your story, he said, you must first see the ink you've left behind. Begin with the archives of your own life, Charles advised. Mira sat at her desk, her fingers hovering over the settings of her social media profiles. Following his guidance, she began the audit. She moved through her past, deleting old accounts that no longer served her, and setting her current posts to private. She realized that privacy isn't about having something to hide, but about having a space to exist without an audience. Each click felt like a breath of fresh air, a way of reclaiming her personal boundaries. Charles pointed toward a vast, swirling cloud on the screen, the realm of artificial intelligence. AI models are hungry, he remarked solemnly. They scrape the public web, devouring every photo and caption to learn how to mimic us. He explained that by keeping her data behind privacy walls, Mira was denying these invisible harvesters the raw material they used to build profiles of her. Protection in the age of AI, he said, starts with being less visible to the machines. The internet is not written in pencil, Mira. It is etched in stone, Charles reminded her. Mira looked at a photo she had almost posted, a fleeting moment of frustration. She paused, realizing that digital permanence means a moment of anger today could be a barrier to an opportunity 10 years from now. She decided to let the moment pass without a digital record. She learned to ask herself, is this worth keeping forever? To communicate truly, one must use a secure vessel. Charles showed Mira how to switch her messaging to platforms that offered end-to-end encryption. Think of it as a wax seal on a letter, he explained. Only the recipient has the ring to open it. They practiced sending a message, seeing the locked icon appear. It was a simple transition, but it ensured that their words remained theirs alone, shielded from the prying eyes of data brokers. The gates to your house need 2 locks, Charles said, guiding Mira through the setup of two-factor authentication, 2FA. She linked her accounts to an authenticator app, ensuring that a stolen password would never be enough to let an intruder in. As she enabled the extra layer of security, she felt a sense of structural integrity. She was no longer just a user. She was a guardian of her own digital architecture. Charles unrolled a long digital scroll that seemed to go on forever, the terms of service. They count on your fatigue, he warned. He showed her how to look for keywords like third-party sharing and, quote, data retention. He taught her that saying no to unnecessary permissions on her phone, like a flashlight app asking for her location, was a vital act of digital literacy. Your consent, he noted, is your most valuable currency. One afternoon, Mira searched for her own name in a private browser window. She saw what the world saw. This is your digital reputation, Charles said. If you don't like the mirror, you must change the subject. Mira began to curate her presence, sharing professional insights and meaningful projects that reflected who she was today, slowly burying the irrelevant fragments of her past under a new, intentional narrative. A digital footprint can also be a garden, Charles mused as they sat in a quiet park. He encouraged her to practice digital minimalism, to post with purpose, and to unplug often. By being intentional, her footprint became a series of well-placed stepping stones rather than a messy trail. They talked about the beauty of being present in the physical world, where no data is collected and no footprints are permanent. Mira felt empowered. Her shadow was no longer a mystery to her. It was a deliberate choice. She understood that in a world of AI and constant data, her privacy was a practice, not a destination. She turned to the reader with a calm smile. The tools are in your hands, she seemed to say. It was time to audit, to lock, and to live with intention. Her journey had begun, and yours is only a click away.